I'm Scott Wright of the Oklahoman, joined by John Helsley. We're outside the practice center here in Stillwater, where Oklahoma State just held their first practice of fall camp. John, we were in there and got to hang out and watch a good bit of it. What stood out to you from the first day of practice here?
You know, Scott, it was like they didn't skip a beat from the spring. You know, it's early in the practice. They do a little stretching, they do a little running around, and next thing you know, they're out there running plays and flinging the ball all over the place. Mason Rudolph looked good, as you would expect, as a senior in charge of an offense that returns a lot of players, a lot of guys up front. I thought that was interesting, just how quickly they kind of reacclimated themselves to the offense.
I thought the wide receiver corps in general was pretty interesting because everybody knows about the big guys. Mike Gundy was very complimentary of the young guys coming in, guys like Patrick Oklahoman, a 6'6", very skinny guy, but playing really well out there. That group, beyond the six that we know about, sounds like they could be really good, John.
Yeah, and you mentioned Oklahoman. I was standing next to Mike Gundy. He caught a couple of long passes, and he was like, "Who's 85?" You know, because Mike's not been around, and Oklahoman's not only been here for a short amount of time, but he made a mark today and got the head coach's interest. Tylan Wallace, another freshman, L.C. Greenwood, Braden Johnson, some young guys they would ideally like to redshirt, but I think they like those guys. And, of course, the big guns were really good as well. James Washington, Tyron Johnson, Marcel Aitman, Chris Lacey, Dylan Stoner, Jalen McCleskey, all those guys that Mason Rudolph's going to have a good time throwing the ball to this year.
You know, for me, having watched Patrick Oklahoman play quarterback for 4 years at Douglas, and now seeing him out there, knowing what kind of athlete he is, he's going to be a fun guy to watch as he grows into this offense. A guy that does not need to add any weight, the very opposite of Patrick Oklahoman. Aaron Cochran, the transfer from Cal, a mountain of a man, John.
Oh, my gosh. You know, I went to look at the roster to figure out where he was, and then I saw this guy, and it was like, I don't need to look at the roster anymore. A really good-looking offensive tackle, grad transfer from Cal, jumps into a spot right where they need it. He's probably going to be the left tackle. He's going to have to earn that spot. They have some veteran guys. It's a good offensive line, you know, from where they were from a couple of years ago, but he sure looks the part.
He absolutely does. Brad Lundblade talked about how you can tell that he's got some big-time experience, having played a lot of football in his career. So very intriguing addition to the offensive line. Be curious to see what direction that goes. Mike Gundy talked about that and several other things after practice today.
Schedule didn't work out for us on a Sunday. We wanted to let the guys go to church, and obviously today's a check-in day, and there's a lot to do. So it's a late night for us, but I had just mentioned to the team, I thought we had an excellent practice. I'm really thrilled with some of the guys. Because of the rules the way they are now, and they have helmets on, and I hadn't learned the new numbers. I'm not sure who some of them are, but I thought it was really good. Guys are running around. I thought Mason was excellent. The guys that you thought would catch and look good, I thought they did that. I like the way our defense runs from a speed standpoint. We're not in pads, so it's a little different practice, but their attitude's good. Everybody showed up. We got everybody here, and everybody's accounted for. He looks good. Rob Glass comes through again. I think he played last year at 180, and I think he's 194 now, and less body fat. It looks really good, and that's generally what happens with the guys that have been here 12 months with Coach Glass, and it's exciting to see him. He feels really good. You know, he had his shoulder work on in the off season, and feels better than he ever has.
You know, I got set back a little bit with the surgery, but I came back late in April and went hard all summer, and so now I'm back pretty much. I'm definitely 100%, but I've been surpassing my numbers from last year.
You were able to watch the running back position in the spring, but you weren't out there. What do you think? What do you think of the guys? Because obviously, one man can't do that position alone.
Definitely. We're all clicking together. Everybody helps each other out, just like last year when I was the freshman and me and LD were the freshmen. So we helping Chuba, JD, all those guys, and we're all clicking. We're all working hard every day.
Coach said it was fluid.
I feel like it went real smooth. You know, there's plays being made on both sides of the ball, so it's actually fun out here.
What's it like, the new season, new feeling? Are you kind of anxious to get this thing going?
Oh, yeah, I am. You know, me being my last one, of course, I just want what's best for the team, and we're out here competing a lot, so it's going to be real fun.
You said last year when you sat out, scoring touchdowns wasn't a big deal. Did that change when spring arrived?
Yeah, spring arrived. It was my time. It was my time to go. I mean, Coach Gundy walked up to me, said, "It's time," and I came every day with it on my mind to make plays.
How much are you looking forward to just first real game again? Because it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, man, and all the hype and all that. It's good for the fans, but to me, I'm like, I never played yet, so I mean, I don't get caught up into the hype. I mean, I'm just ready. I'm ready to play. The team ready to play. I mean, we just ready to go at this point.